Okay.
So now we are starting.
Uh-huh.
Hope everyone please switch on your camera and like show your active presence over here. So I'm starting with ladies and gentlemen, a very warm and patriotic good afternoon to one and all present here. It gives me immense and great pleasure to stand before you today to open this debate competition. Guys, debate is not just about expressing opinions, but about presenting ideas with clarity, with confidence, and with logic. Today, we have gathered here to share our perspectives, challenge each other thoughts, and broaden our understanding of this important issue. Today's topic is something that affects all of us in the way or another. So, through this debate, we will explore different viewpoints and try to understand the deeper meaning behind this issue. It is now a moment of great honor and pride for us to welcome a personality whose vision, whose dedication, and whose leadership from the very foundation of this organization, that is Major General Dr. Yash Mor Sena Medal. We feel honored to have you, sir, with us today, a true pillar whose guidance has strengthened our institution and inspired countless individuals. Thank you for making time and gracing this ceremony, sir. Now, I would like to invite Major Yash Mor, sir, to address us on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you very much. And thank you to the Voice and Vision Club of YMA, which has got active again, maybe because exams and other things are over. So our aim is online learning from each other, giving a platform to youth of India to speak online. Because from the comfort of your house, you can do this. Otherwise, very little chance do we get in schools, colleges, universities. How many of us really get a chance to get onto a stage? So towards that, towards mentoring and changing personality of young people across India. So YMA is a leadership laboratory where we are trying to instill leadership qualities among the youth. And we have some of the finest young men and women here who are ready to once again bring you another edition of the online debate competition. So I'm very happy that this is being organized. We wished we have more regular debates and ability to research, ability to put across our point, ability to listen to the other point. So debate and an forum like this is great for learning, peer learning, and also learning from your friends and colleagues. So I appreciate this and I wish you all the very best for this absolutely amazing debate that is going to take place. And uh, good luck to all the participants. So speak fearlessly, and give your best. So thank you very much. Looking forward to this debate. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much for your valuable words, sir. Now, coming to team members, because a strong organization is built by committed individuals who work behind the scenes with dedication and passion. Today, we take a moment to acknowledge the team that gives YMA Voice and Vision Club its purpose and strength. We have Sandeep Kaur, we have Aman Roshan, we have Dev Sharma, we have Abhinav Thaplial, Dhruva Sharma, and along with them, we are having Ayushi, Anushka, Priya Dhaka, Vasu, and Vaishnavi. To carry this program ahead with elegance and energy, please join me in warmly welcome our hosts, who will be the rhythm and voice of today's event. Our hosts for today's are Ayushi and Anushka. Without further delay, I now invite Ayushi to take over and continue this program.
As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, and debate is one of the finest tools. Debate has always been a cornerstone of learning and growth, as it teaches us not only how to speak but also how to listen with an open mind. In a world filled with diverse opinions, debate gives us the opportunity to understand different viewpoints, respect differences, and build stronger perspectives. Let us celebrate the spirit of healthy competition and intellectual curiosity. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Anushka, today's host for you all. We welcome you all on the behalf of YMA Voice and Vision Club, as we all believe that a student's vision gives it direction and their voice gives it power. When knowledge shapes vision and courage shapes voice, leading turns into learning. Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather here to speak about one of most precious and essential resources of life, water. Water is not just a basic necessity, it is the very foundation of our existence on earth. From the tiniest of the organisms to the largest ecosystems, every form of life depends on it. Yet, despite its importance, water is often taken for granted. Rivers are dying, glaciers are melting, and clean drinking water is becoming scarce in many parts of the world. Through today's discussion, let us reflect on the value of water and understand our responsibility to conserve and protect this priceless gift of our Mother Nature. Over to my amazing co host, Anushka.
Thank you, Ayushi. Jai Hind, everyone. Water is not just a resource we use, it is the foundation of every life we live. Good afternoon to our respected judges, esteemed organizers, and all the participants present here. Today, we are not here just to debate, but to reflect on something that connects us all: water. In a world that is constantly progressing, it becomes important to ask ourselves, are we using our resources wisely or simply taking them for granted? जल सिर्फ जीवन का आधार नहीं, बल्कि हमारी जिम्मेदारी का सबसे बड़ा परीक्षण है. This debate is not just about opinions, but about awareness, responsibility, and the choices we make for the future. With this thought, let's move forward into today's discussion. But before we proceed, let's hear our co host.
Before this exciting debate begins, let us remind ourselves that imagination traces the blueprint within the mind's depths, while expression is the spark that breathes momentum into stillness. One shapes the path in silence, the other fuels it with fire. But when clarity of thought meets the power of voice, they do more than just guide. They become the force that drives the true transformation. Today's gathering is more than just a debate. It is a celebration of brave minds willing to question the usual, a call to listen carefully, and a space where words are searched for understanding, the courage to challenge accepted ideas, and the powerful energy that arises when different viewpoints come together. Before we embark on this journey of ideas, let us take the moment to honor the architects who fashioned this fertile ground for intellect blossom, alongside our committed organizers and all those whose unwavering dedication has made this gathering possible.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Major General Yash Mor sir and entire team of Yash Mor Academy for their invaluable guidance and support. The fate of this intellectual battle rests in the hand of our esteemed panel of judges. Let's extend our gratitude for their time and insightful judgment. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the exceptional debaters who will be guiding us through this crucial discussion. On my screen, we have the amazing team that is Team A. Participants of Team A are Muskan, Sampal, Aditi, Ansh, Jagrat. Facing them equally formidable team that is Team B, whose members are Raghav, Bharti, Kunal, Prashant, and Meenu.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me now introduce you to the captains of both of the teams. Captain of Team A, Muskan. Captain of Team B, Raghav. Team A is speaking for the motion, while Team B is speaking against the motion. I now may present you some basic rules of a competition. Before we begin, I would like to briefly state a few more important guidelines. Each participant will be given 3 minutes to present their views. Participants are requested to maintain respect and decorum throughout the debate. After the initial round, we will move into a rebuttal phase where participants will respond to opposing arguments. Respecting participants, today's topic is not just a topic but something which holds significant weight and importance in today's era for many of us. Our intention today is to approach this with utmost sensitivity, understanding, and respect. So, the topic of the day is: do international water and water routes belong to a particular country?
Without wasting any more time, let the debate begin and may the best argument prevail. I would like to invite our first participant, Muskan, from Team A, to kindly take the floor and share her thoughts with us.
Uh, okay. I think I'm not. You can't see me, guys. I think my camera is not working. I don't know in the end moment what happened. So I think I have to continue like this because I tried all the methods. I don't know what happened.
But we can't even. Is she in the? Acha Muskan is there, I know. So something wrong with your camera?
Yes, sir. I don't know what happened. I'm trying my
So
best,
what
but
you
I
do?
don't.
Let the other speaker come. You take somebody else's mobile, ghar pe, and come back.
Okay, okay, sir. I'll.
Because
Okay.
if we are unable to see you, all your expert debate is all about body language, and we want to see you really. So we can have somebody else take, and you can join in whenever you have got over this technical glitch.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our next participant is Prashant from Team B.
Namaskar, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Prashant Kumar Singh, and me and my team will be speaking against the motion. Me and my team, we categorically and vehemently deny the very inception of the idea that international waters or water routes can belong to a particular country. Me, myself, I'll cite three reasons. First, reason behind the United Nations laws of the sea. Second, what the law states and its vitality for the whole world. Third, I'll be pointing to a case which will be supporting my stance. Okay. Now coming to the first point, reason behind establishing or formulating United Nations laws of the sea are first geopolitical interests. When I talk about geopolitical interest, difference in opinion and ideology among nations can fuel and make sea could be weaponized for whims and fancies of one nations while the other nation's needs and necessities are not met. Second, economic interest. Economic interest, by that I mean resources of the sea. This holding of international asset by significant players while other nations can't come up and compete with them. That is the major flaw with giving a particular water to a particular country. Third, establishing a equal world order. That is the most important thing about international law, to establish a equal world order. Coming to my second point, Article 86 of UNICLOS defined high seas. High seas is something which is not territorial water, internal water, exclusive economic zone, or archipelagic state. Meaning, it is a definition which provides everything to everyone. It provides right to the coastal country as well as to a landlocked nations. It is not discriminative against anyone. It is an intelligible differentiation of a property so that it can be enjoyed by everybody. Coming to my second article, Article 87, it provides right to freedom. Freedom of what? Freedom of navigation, freedom to lay cables, freedom to overflight, freedom to uh, lay pipelines. These are all very important point for equality among all nations. That's what Uniclose promotes. And if you are going for uh, 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 making the sea a particular a property of a particular nation, then this cannot be followed. Coming to point number three, I would like to put forward the case of South China Sea. It clearly states that historical evidences cannot be a legal basis for determining what seas are or who owns the seas. The basis of determining who owns the sea is equality, equitable, and reasonable rights to sea for everybody. And thus, I would like to put forward in the end that the law which exists are of intelligible and reasonable nature, which protects and provides for all. That this is very basic job of international law, and its creation after World War II, uh, giving international law, giving international water to a country uh, will be injustice for will be unjustified is a unjustifiable concept, and it will cause injustice to many nations worldwide. I would like to end my debate with one thing: reasonability is a key to international law, and we should always keep that in our mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prashant. That was a powerful presentation.
everyone. Now we have Ansh from Team A.
So, good afternoon, respected judges and my dear friends. I'm Ans Mishra, and today I'm standing in the favor of the motion that international waters and water rules do belong to a particular country. So, when we hear this term international waters, we often think that they belong to everyone equally. But in reality, things which are often equally belong to everyone are always end up being protected by no one. And that is why oceans are not vast, large bodies. They are the backbone of global trade, a source of natural resources, and a crucial element of national security. Like, in fact, around 80% of global trade is carried through sea routes. That is why thousands of ships are moving every day, carrying essential goods like oils, foods, and natural and raw materials. Now, imagine a situation where no country has a responsibility or control over these regions. So, who will responsible or stop illegal activities like pricey and who will prevent the fishing and maritime pollution? And most importantly, who will ensure the safety of trade routes, trade routes, and as we know that that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ansh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have now Kunal from Team B.
Yeah, is my voice clear?
Your it is.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I firmly believe that the moment ocean become property, trade stops free and start being filtered. With these good views, Ojo Gortris, I Kunal Yadav going to present my views against the topic, especially on global trade and connectivity. Let's take an example of school. There are majorly two groups in the school. One group says that he has a special connection with that specific area of the ground. Due to this, the second group will feel a feeling of exclusion and hence conflict starts from there. Similarly is the case with global trade. Global ocean connectivity. If one process disrupts the global trade completely. Now, these are mainly based on moral thinking, but the reality is more clear than this. That is, about 80% of the global trade happens through these maritime routes only. Secondly, it is the most cheapest way to do trade. Thirdly, the most important is the trade money. About 25 to 30 million or trillion of dollars of money exports and imports with different nations. And fourth, and yet the most important for landlord with depend on Similarly, let me take a recent example of Strait of Hormuz. The over control by Iran over the Strait of Hormuz have disrupted the whole system of maritime routes. Especially the whole oil prices have hiked up. Secondly is the increase in other prices. And thirdly, global trade. Global trade have been disrupted for major economies very much. Ultimately, I want to end my line by saying that oceans are the highway. If one of them controls it, that is, if one of the roads get blocked, it would slow down the whole system. Similarly, could be seen in the present scenario. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Kunal. That was a great performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have Jagrat from Team A.
Good afternoon, everybody. When the trade is being weaponized and world order is being disrupted because of the ongoing wars, it is very important to respect the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity. I, Jagrat Kumar, speak in favor of motion that do international borders are in the sovereignty or controlled by the countries and as well as the border routes. Now, if I talk about the China's, which is putting its hegemony over the South China Sea, at the same time, US is which is trying to control over the Strait of Hormuz and its exports of the oil and gases to the different parts of the world, it is very important to respect the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Former speakers have recently talked about the global trade and connectivity, and it is only possible with the proper cooperation. And it is only possible when the countries start respecting their sovereignty and territorial integrity. It is very important. If I take the example of Diego Garcia, which was the island of the Mauritius, but for the last many decades, it was claimed by UK and US, and they have also set up their military bases, and because of that they had their lot of exclusive economic zones in its vicinity, which was also controlled by them. Ladies and gentlemen, blue economy, it is very important and is the new frontier of growth, and it is providing countries to enable their seafood exploration, exports and imports, developing their ports, and as well as enhancing more and more hydrographic surveys, and also to develop renewable energies and employment for the people. For India's example, we have Andaman and Nicobar Islands, because of which our exclusive zone is very high and its sovereignty is respected by many other countries. We have a lot of cooperation with the different countries, and through maritime cooperation, like Quad countries are also doing hydrographic surveys and maritime exercises with the help of each other. But in the but and in the other international organizations as well, like BIMSTAC, SCO, countries are cooperating internationally by respecting their maritime boundaries. But when the hegemony increasing, and if we provide the ocean, or if we provide the territorial integrity or the oceans or the water bodies to the other countries, they are open to exploration by everybody, and obviously the powerful countries will take control over it. And in this world, when we are moving towards multilateralism, it is very important for everybody or every nations to respect everybody's integrity, shared commitment. We as a country always follow one world is a family, and in this family everybody is open to collaborate with each other, share technologies, and do more and more exercise with each other. But in this disruptive world order, it is very important to respect maritime boundaries, and these water boundaries and water bodies are very well belong to the every part of the country. As well as if you talk about ports and military bases which are formed by many other countries, like US have lot of military bases in Middle East region, and through these military bases US is also trying to control several maritime borders. They have their lot of intelligence, and they also do illegal fishing. Like if an example of China, they do lot of illegal fishing, lot of hydrographic surveys, illegal maritime exercises, and hurt the sovereignty of countries like Philippines and Vietnam in ASEAN region. So every country should need to promote everybody's territorial integrity. India in last year have taken part in the United Nations Ocean Conference, where we have talked about shared commitment of each other, and therefore these water bodies belongs to one particular country. As we talk about, Malacca Strait is controlled by Malaysia and Indonesia. State of Suez Canal is controlled by Egypt, and that is why there is a shared world order. And in this shared world order, every country has a responsibility to respect each other. But we should prevent the autonomy of the different countries like US and China, and therefore it is very crucial to respect everybody's territorial integrity and everybody's maritime boundaries. So there are a lot of surveys also going on. Thank you.
Thank you for your performance.
Now we have Ninu from Team B.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, please.
Okay. If ocean could speak, would they choose flag or freedom? Did any country create the oceans? So how can a country claim them? Respected judges, as the opposition claims over the ownership, it collapses with the very foundations of the science and the laws. The ocean is not divided, it is a single interconnected ecological system. As per IPCC, it absorbs 90% of the global heat, absorbs 30% of the carbon dioxide emissions, and provides support to 80% of the biodiversity. The ocean doesn't serve a nation, it sustains a civilization. As per the United Nations Convention of the Laws of the Sea, it states that the high seas are declared free for all the nations. And the Article 89 also states clearly that no nation can have sovereignty over them. And therefore, but today, the oceans are in crisis. About 8 to 11 million tons plastics enters the oceans every year. And apart from that, by FAO, the report that represents that 34% of the global fisheries stock market has been exploited. And apart from that, The ocean acidification is rising at the fastest in the 300 million years. And if there will be ownership in the countries, then it will lead to more deeper mining and the oil drilling. So therefore, the global sharing is responsible and also the key solution, because environmental this is so because the environmental crisis do not faces any borders. And as the US General Secretary also said that the problems are global, but the response towards it's the national. So we must change toward it. And apart from that, as our opposition are asking for the ownership, so the control leads to the conflict, inequality, and also apart from that, the domination of the powers, while the global sharing results in equal access as well as a proper navigation towards them. So, at last but not least, I just want to say that if a nation masters the ocean, then the world will become its servant and the nature will become its victim. Thank you.
Thank you, Minu. The insights were great.
Our next participant is Sampath from Team A.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, from Team B, we have Bharti.
The sea is common to all. It is limitless that it cannot be divided among the nations. Respected judges and my dear friends, this timeless idea of itself reflect that the international borders cannot be divided among the countries. It is very sure that the oceans that has been diversified with the different kind of availabilities, it should be common to the all. So I'll be speaking against the notion that the oceans that are open, it should be work with the diplomacy and with the alliances in order to maintain a proper sustainability and also ensures the regulations of the international orders. Talking about the diplomacy, it sets between the country that the oceans that has been divided, it should be trade should be equally enhanced by joining hands in hands with the country. Other than that, the different economic trades and the diplomacy between the country that would take place in order to enhance their personal or the nation's interest, that can be ensured by that. And talking about the alliances are the key pillars of ensuring the maritime security, where the security and the operational navigationability of the countries that be ensured. Taking few of the examples like of the quadrilateral strategic dialogue that is raised between the countries like India, Japan, USA, and America, that ensures the maritime security in the Indo-Pacific region. Along with that, talking about the other alliances like AUKUS and also the NATO that ensures the maritime security and also the enhanceability. Such kind of diplomacy and the alliances enhances the limitless border of the oceans, and also ensures that such kind of things like the piracy and the other kind of anti-terrorist activity that do take place in the oceans can be counter-attacked by the alliances and the diplomatic actions joining hand in hand between the countries. It's stated by Ban H. Moon that the oceans are the lifeblood of the planet. It sustain the planet, that it cannot be divided among the others. Therefore, I would like to conclude with the thing that the oceans are not a symbol of power and control. It is actually a corridor where the geopolitical economy and the trade and the other kind of geostrategy can sustain. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bharti. That performance was so good.
Now we have Aditi from Team A.
Ma'am, I am audible.
Yes, you are.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aditi Singh, and I'm going to speak over the topic: do international water and trade routes should belongs to a country or not? Particularly about this, there is an organization called as UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on the Laws of Seas. This is totally crystal clear, says that which water region should belongs to which country. But rather than that leaving, there are number of concerns that are raising about the water. That's starting with the first, about the piracy. We all know about a country named Somalia. This is a country that lies at a very strategic location, and number of ships, thousands of ships pass every day from this region. Now this Somalia is a land of pirates. What those pirates do, they just loot the ships as the need of them are. This this just raises the concern of insecurity. This raises the concern of who are going to control it. The second is the minerals that are present in the water. They are rare earth metals, critical minerals, that are the major concern, that are the major reasons for the growth of tech in this world. No one is going to capture those resources. Only which countries are going to do? The most developed countries of the world. But the setbacks that are going to come from these resources that are over extracting is by the small countries lie in the South Pacific region, or small islands. The third is about fishes extraction. We all know what Gandhi ji said, that there is sufficient for everyone's need but insufficient for humans greed. And by nature we all know humans are greedy. That can be controlled. It can be controlled by the laws. So there must be laws to prevent all those. And we should have to preserve water, because it is a resource that is given to us by Mother Earth, and we should have to preserve for the coming future, for ours and for our healthy life. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi, for sharing such a clear and confident viewpoint.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our next participant is from Team B, which is Raghav.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ocean covers 70% of Earth's surface. Oceans are responsible for 90% of global trade. They are the biggest, the largest ecosystem of the world. The majority of oxygen that we breathe, it comes from the ocean. So therefore, when we say that we will let oceans be governed by individual states, we are directly accepting global imperialism with open arms. Various rapacious US presidents and Donald Trump in the very recent has set new records, new highs to this matter. When we say that we will allow individual countries to take control over international waters, we are falling prey to the mercy of semi-imperialist and capitalist nations like United States of America and China. The United Nations Rule of the Sea 1982 has divided the waters into three zones: territorial zone, contagious zone, and then there is exclusive economic zone, ECC, which gives a country sovereign right of over 200 nautical miles to extract natural resources, to set their trade agreement up to 24 nautical miles, and have military operations up to 12 nautical miles. So it is clearly stated that we have enough for everyone's need, but not for everyone's greed. On the other hand, we are trying to expand our expansion, but we are not preserving what is rightfully ours. The devil is in the details, ladies and gentlemen. The United Nations Environmental Program found that 80% of pollution in the international waters comes from EEC, which clearly means that the more authority you give to individual nations, the less responsible and uncountable they become. We, ladies and gentlemen, here are we debating to give more rights to sovereign nations. This will lead to global catastrophe. We must note that land is already divided, air is already segmented, and resources are already exploited. And because of some wealthy crony capitalists who now also want to take control over international waters and take control over the very last sovereign piece that is left for humanity, the ocean. So in the end, I would request you all to leave a balanced open oceans for the next generation to come with collective accountability, rather than leaving our next generation with divided waters and military bases around the globe, releasing intercontinental ballistic missiles throughout the globe. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, Raghav.
Now we have Muskan from Team A.
I think she's not here.
Yeah, Sampad is here.
Muskan has joined now. Muskan?
I'm ready. So should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So claimed by everyone, claimed by no one, blamed by everyone. And hi everyone, my name is Muskan Sharma, and it just imagine, or even don't imagine, just nearby your home, which has been littered by people all over here and there. The only questions that arises in your mind that why they are don't they bother about these places? Why they are not considered their own? Exactly. That the people, the human needs that accountability to have that sense of belongingness. We all, those people who are doing believes and know from the core of the heart that that place is of, it's not of theirs, and that's where the problems comes. Exactly, if we international waters and international rules should not one country, that means that we are creating an environment for the 65% of our earth to be lawless, because there will be no law, and whatever is happening in those places will be and have no accountabilities. Just why spend their trillion and millions of money to make any kind of project in that places and that particular sea? Any country can access that, nobody will do that. That will definitely hamper the sea's development a lot. I firmly believe that the lawless places create the chaos. Will start happening in those places. Nobody will no country will claim that yeah, this people who are doing that thing, that they belongs to our country, because they believe, oh, it's belongs to whole world, then it's can be from any country. But when it's time to have the credits, when it's time to get all the gold diggers things they have to do, then everyone will came in front and where the problem. Even saying this thing that we should not have any limitation to the international routes and roads, that means that you're saying that even in my home, no, everyone can live. I don't need a registry, because of course we are humans and we live with very peacefully. But in real life we are humans, and even the places which we have the claim, we fight even for that claims. So we can never take the never see that we will share it, very peacefully, and we have that ability and we have that character skills of authorizing the places. And second example, if I Panama and Suez Canal is a place, are the routes which has been authorized by the particular nations, and they are not for international. It's not a common place that everyone can use it, and these routes are the most very they are very their works very systematically. So that is an example that where the laws came, where the authorization came, where the community with the account is the power came, and people get the motivation to work it. Anyway, financially we knows that this place belongs to me, I'll work on it, and the money that I will generate, I'll spend it on improving it. Provides the legal authority and financial living 24 into 7. Thank you.
Thank you, Muskan, for your insightful perspective.
So, ladies and gentlemen, these were the performances of the day. Now we have the most awaited phase, which is the rebuttal phase. So, thank you, teams, for your powerful and insightful opening statements. Now, it is a very crucial phase. The rules are each team will get 10 minutes for their rebuttal. Team A, please start. You guys have 10 minutes.
So we have to ask the questions.
It is the rebuttal phase, yes.
Anushka, please explain everyone कि exactly हो क्या करना क्या है इनको and then give the time.
Team A, you should have to ask the question to team B, and one question should be answered with one answer only. There should not be cross questioning.
Okay,
Remember
okay. So
this.
okay, I have a question for the team B, that one of the person had said that if we own ownership, we have that ownership to this, that we are we are monetizing those things, and that belongs to mother nation. So I want to ask one thing, that if you believe that we are doing this so, and that leads to monetization, and that just tell me one thing, the forest that came under your country, under any country, don't you believe that it's also be should be used by everyone? Then even those things should not be authoritative in your country.
Who wants to answer from the team B? Please raise your hand. Kunal, please go ahead with your answer.
So talking about her question on based on monetization of like forest. So firstly, talking about forest, they lie inside the region of a country, and country have a all over control over it. Talking while on the maritime routes, they are especially for the exchange of trade, and if they are like stopped, it will affect the whole system. So you are talking like these maritime routes for the monetization to specific government, and for specific government it will actually disrupt the whole system. For forest they are only on the inside of a country, while the maritime for the outside, and hence affecting the global trade is what you want, I think so.
Next question from team A.
So my question is from the first speaker from Team B, that is Prasant. He told about that trade could be weaponized, economic interest, establishing world order, talked about Article 86. So that is predefined that yes, trade could be weaponized, and it is being weaponized by the world major powers, especially the Western world. And we can't get now access to Chabahar port, and it has removed the waiver on Chabahar port. US, I'm talking about. So now trade is being weaponized. At the same time, US is weaponizing the Strait of Hormuz. It is using weapons, trying to control over the exports over these water bodies, control over these water bodies. Digo Garcia was ever controlled in the past. So my question is that if it is weaponized only, and you have already said, so then why can't we provide sovereignty to different countries over these trade routes?
First of all, Article 86 is a very well defined article. It talks about everything. High seas, the definition of high seas is so important because tankers move through these high seas. And if every countries start exercising jurisdiction over these high seas, it becomes very difficult to please every country having a coastal boundary. And if you have any problem with them, then your trade gets disrupted. Now, when I talk about territorial boundaries, high seas, the Article 86 completely and definitely says that you have your territorial boundary, you have your internal waters, you have your EZ, you have your archipelagic state. Whatever it is not that, that is high seas. So you have your territorial control in your own boundaries. So therefore, according to me, it is not something which is going against the basic concept, or it is not protecting the smaller nations. Actually, it is intelligibly defining a property, that is sea, so that the coastal nation can also enjoy it, and along with that, the landlocked nations can also enjoy it. So it provides a very good provision for everything, for the coastal nations right as well, regarding territory, their exclusive economic zone, and regarding each and every country in the world, because every country in the world does their trade to the seas. So high seas, therefore, they are becomes important there. That's why Article 86, I think, is a very well defined provision, and there is no problem with that.
Okay, so Aditi, you were raising your hand. Please ask your question.
So, my question is from Prashant. He says that equality of all nations should exist in water. So, my question is that suppose that Brazil is so rich in forest, so um, how those trees, if Brazil is rich, then we can't say that Sahara is also rich in forest. So, how this equality can be defined in all the nations?
See, equality is a very crucial concept. If I talk, if I giving examples, I would like to talk about India. So before independence, we did not have land rights, very clearly defined land rights. If I compare land to the sea, so we did not have very good legislative uh, rules regarding that. So at that time, there used to be zamindari system. Okay, one country holding property and other people who are on the lowest section of the society, they getting sidelined. The international rules, when they came, the basic purpose was to remove whatever happened in the World War II, and that was few countries getting together and doing their thing while all the other nations suffer. So when I talk about a specific unit, talk about a specific forest. So international law doesn't say ki one country should protect it or one country should destroy it. It basically says everybody should use it. International law is a law of morality. It is not law based on sanctions or law based on penalty. It is simple morality, and it simply says, okay, this is a very good thing written here. Please come, please follow it, please accept it, and we'll have a happy world. That is what it means. That is the basic thing about having well defined high seas and well defined territorial boundaries in the sea.
Okay, so I also have a question. So you are saying that international.
Muskan, please.
Okay.
First of all, what you have to do is don't ask question to a particular speaker. You have to ask the question to a whole team so that other members can also get a chance to present their opinions over that particular question. And once all the members of the team are completed with their question, then only you can repeat your questions, or a member can repeat to ask the questions, so that it's mandatory that each and every member of the team can get a chance to present their questions or present their opinions. Please follow these. Is there anyone else from Team A who wants to ask the question to Team B except Muskan Sharma?
No.
Anyone? Those who have already asked question apart from them. Muskan, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, so my question from Team B is that they are saying that the international waters and international routes should be common and it should not belongs to a particular country. So they do firmly believe that there should be no navy, and even if we have navy, then it should be also common and we should share it across all the countries in the world. Because why we need a navy if we don't have a particular area in the sea?
Navy is not supposed to control maritime borders. It's supposed to assist the other defense forces like Army and Air Force in various military operation. And if it is required, Navy will control the maritime borders, like we are seeing in the present conflict between between Iran and US. So trying to force defense forces into maritime security is not a good option until unless required, until there is a war situation. But directly saying that If borders are common, then navies must also be common. I believe that it's a baseless question.
And supporting the statement, I also want to contribute a point that sharing of navy do take place. We can see that the different naval operation do take place. Either we can take the examples of the Mahasagar naval exercise of India itself, and also like Malabar and the other exercise that do take place. So there is actually a support of the like the navies that has been commonly used, sharing their technology, their intel, and the different kind of things that is actually necessary to be shared among the navies in the world.
The next question is that if the international waters and water routes are belonging to everybody, how can we stop the hegemony of countries like China, especially in South Indian Ocean, who are doing illegal fishing, who are doing spying activities over the military movements of India and as well as other countries? In fact, US have also hit with the torpedoes the Iris Dana of Iran, which was defenseless. So how can we control it?
Can I go with the question? So, as we can all see, like the country which is having major power is surely dominating over that region. So, I believe that China is also a country where it is having that power to extract the resources, and also like the previous speaker had mentioned about the fishing or all. So, the country is having the power. Surely, we can see in the different part, either it is in the world order itself, like the country which is having major power is surely dominating over the area. So taking that of that, similarly China is also having a good naval power that can dominate it with that power, and it will surely enhance that operability. But at the same time, that China is also ensuring security over the region. So I believe that such kind of uh, uh, questions that has been asked are okay, but it can be justified with that such navy do also have that power whenever it needed in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you, Team A. Your time is over now. Now, Team B, it is your rebuttal phase. You might be the opposition, but there's nothing opposite about. Please start.
One thing, Ayushi, and please, while answering, don't say that the question is baseless or this question is okay, okay. You are not here to judge the question, what kind of question the team is asking. You are here only to comment over the answers and you present your opinions and answer to that particular question. Now, team B can start.
Can I begin?
Please, you have 10 minutes.
Yeah, so my first question to Team B is that international law is based on reasonability and acceptance by all the countries. And so, how can a law prevail and get a international character when it diminishes right of many countries who are not near sea or near international waters, and giving unchecked powers to many nations who are coastal countries? So, this is my question to all of you. Thank you.
Gentlemen, answering from the team A, it is the geographical advantage which the countries are enjoying. And because of this geographical advantage, they have their exclusive economic zone, and which have been specified by the laws which were defined by you as well, as you talked about Article 86. And because of that, they have the advantage of their geographical. Like if we talk about India as well, we are sharing maritime boundaries with the different countries and as well as land borders, and we are cooperating with that as well. We have our boundaries, and we are also respecting other countries' sovereignty, like Bangladesh in the region, Maldives, and Sri Lanka as well. So, in the same way, the countries who are having maritime boundaries are enjoying their geographical advantage. And those who are not having, we are cooperating with them.
And adding to the answer, I would say that the question, that the thing you are claiming is that you means that you are saying previously you were saying that how can the other country will take the advantage of Himalayas because Himalayas don't exist in their own country, so we should make the Himalayas to be public property that everyone can use it. So it doesn't mean this is where the points came, that is called the advantage, that they have the natural advantage that nearby their country they have seas or they have the mountains or other any natural resources that they have within in their country.
Okay, I have here a question to put on. Like we can see that the distribution of power should surely lead to the uneven distribution of that also. So the powerful countries that is are becoming powerful. And what about the small coastal states that do exist and they actually being harmed by the powerful countries due to the uneven distribution of the power among them?
So as you said, I don't believe that anything is related to this claim that you are saying, that the distribution among the seas, that they have authority in the sea, that is have no means from the power they carries. Because we can say then, the area of Canada is too much, and the area of any other small country is very less. So this is again, it's a discrimination. So we can't in world, in life, we can never distribute everything very equally. So the difference between the resources will always there. There is nothing that we can fix in this thing.
If Team A wants to give high seas control over to individual states, then what solutions do they suggest to protect the next generation from more military bases?
Can you just repeat your question?
If Team A wants to give high seas control to individual states, then what solution do they suggest to protect the next generation from military bases around the globe?
See, military bases becomes on the basis of the power. The much power you carry, the much bases you will make. That is, this thing doesn't relate it to the sea authority, because it's mean that you are saying that because they are making bases on the all over the world, all over the globe. So we should distribute the seas. So as you said, asked me to suggest something for the next generation. So it's just, I firmly believe, the much competence you have, the much you will be stand out in the world. So that's just depends on the competence of the country.
Adding to the former speaker, gentlemen, there should be a world order, and at the same time, there should be multilateralism. We should raise the concerns of these smaller countries as well. And we have already signed a high seas treaty for the protection of 30% of oceans, and for the environmental aspects. So for the generations to come, we will form a world order, and there will be world order if there is a multi alignment. We should remove the autonomy and as well as hegemony of the major world powers.
Kunal, your voice is not coming properly. Please remove your headphones and all. I think there is some issue.
Now, is it clear, sir?
Yeah, now you are audible.
So, my question is what will happen to landlocked countries? When these big countries control the sea, do they will just accept the economic isolation?
Yes, sure.
Sure, they are
Well,
Yeah.
totally,
this is not this is
dependent
not an
on
economic.
nearby countries for like cooperation, and you are telling that it will be better for them.
So just tell me one thing, that the Sahara Desert, the Sahara Desert lies in whichever the country lies in.
Yeah.
So are the Brazil is going to give their forest to them? Oh, because they don't have forest, so let's give some forest to them, because otherwise they will be unprivileged and they will lack from the resources in the world.
No, no, forest is a different matter. I am talking about,
See, it's all about the resources.
yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, starting with your answers, there is nothing an economic isolation. Even countries like Nepal are also cooperating very well, and like countries in the Central Asian countries, mostly the 2 3 countries which are landlocked, they're also not. That doesn't mean that they have economic isolation. And we have trying to connect with the Central Asian countries as well through maritime routes like Chabahar port. So this is just a need of cooperation in this field.
So
Yes, in
just
the
in
similar manner, I want to add that take the example of European countries. There is a number of European countries which do not have a water share, and what they do, they are just flourishing, and their economy is doing very well. People living very good life. They are not facing the economic isolation.
Because
so
people in Europe, they are not justifying that superpowers must be taking control over the maritime waters that they share. They don't like to justify. They work in a peaceful order. They believe that resources must be shared
No country,
accordingly.
no country was with
If you do
peaceful
not
order.
want to share, if at least you do not want to share, at least don't try to over dominate the resources that are already present to you under the geographical benefits.
Team B, I would like to add on to that. In Europe, also there have been cases regarding extending of their contiguous zone regarding fisheries and between Iceland and England, France. There have been cases. It is not. They are not very unknown to this. They are also in this actually. And
So
eh, please. With this, I would like to put a different question as well. That if UN laws, which were brought by United Nations laws of the sea, they were basically brought to stop the hegemony. Okay, just like any law in India is brought to stop some injustice which happens. Okay, so if we are providing a country with rights over international waters, now what happens to that hegemony? Isn't that hegemony of that country to control the water? What basic My basic question is, even if there is one nation which is landlocked in this world, even if there is one nation which is landlocked, does that mean that he doesn't have right over the sea? See, my basic question is, it was brought to block hegemony of any number of nations which are coastal. Okay, now you are saying that hegemony still exists, but when you bring nations and provide them international water, does that not create hegemony?
And gentlemen, it doesn't create hegemony at all. There are international organizations. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, there is a BIMSTAC. Under this BIMSTAC, countries like Nepal, Bhutan are also cooperating. So they are also, and in fact, if we talk about the maritime boundaries, there is a process of taking permission. And countries take permission to do maritime exercise, like with India, countries do come into our international maritime borders. So a lot of countries come here and they also do a lot of maritime exercises. There is no hegemony at all, and definitely there should not be hegemony at all, and that's why these laws are there. So there is no question or at all of providing some hegemony or providing some control, but the territorial integrity, what it means that it should not be violated by other countries because countries started doing illegal activities.
Team A, whenever you're using the word cooperation, you are always mentioning small countries like Nepal, Bhutan, which doesn't have any say. Why don't you mention United States of America? Why is it USA using has built 750 bases around the globe? Why are you not questioning United China that they are building artificial islands now so that they can assert control over a particular piece of land, particular piece of sea? Just by saying that Nepal is cooperating, Bhutan is cooperating, you are yourself supporting hegemonies and imperialist powers like US and China.
So
Gentlemen,
basically,
if you might have listened to my speech, I have talked about the United States bases in Middle East as well as Dago Garcia military base of UK, and I have talked about the respect of sovereignty. And Dago Garcia was now is under the control of Mauritius, and India have also supported it. So we want to remove this hegemony, and that is why it should be removed. And I have already talked about these things in my speech as well. Now over to Muskan.
so
Guys,
you
the
mean
time is
that
over.
there should be.
The time is over for Team B. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful insights. It was great listening to all of you. Thank you.
So now we have finally come to the conclusion of this wonderful event. A big thank you to our esteemed judges and the talented participants for making this debate a resounding success. We truly appreciate the hard work, research, and quick thinking demonstrated by every debater here. We also take a moment to thank our audience for listening with such profound empathy, respect, and patience. Until then, keep debating for a better tomorrow. I now request Major General Yashmor sir to address and say a few words. Thank you, Jai Hind and Vande Mataram.
I think sir is not there. Sir, are you there?
No, sir, the
No,
sir
sir,
is
sir
not
is
here.
not here. Sir is not there. Okay. So, guys, it was really wonderful. Everyone participated very enthusiastically. I must appreciate your efforts and your communication skills and the way you have spoken today. It was really wonderful. Okay. and some of they have not joined. I don't know what was the reason behind this, but try to join these type of debate competitions. If you are enrolling in the particular competitions and all that, you are supposed to join. Okay, now come to the topic and your participation. About your participation, I would like to request Priya to assess and tell you something very important, that what are the area of improvements and all that. Okay, but if I talk about the topic, if you look at it practically, that no single country owns international waters, as you know that. Okay, they are governed by the global frameworks like the United Nations Convention of the on the Law of the Sea, which ensures that oceans remain open and navigation, open and trade and shared use. Okay, so this reflects that the idea that oceans are collective heritage of humanity, but not a private asset. Okay, and at the same time, nations do have control zones. Okay, like territorial waters and exclusively, economic zones. That is EEZ. Some of the gentlemen or lady have mentioned this. So where they exercise certain rights for security and resources. So it's not black and white. It's a balance between national and interest and global cooperations. Okay. So what truly matter is not ownership, but the responsibility to protect, to share, and to respect. Okay, so this is all about from my side. Now, I would like to request. Now, I would like to request Priya, please give some valuable insight and this thing participation about the participation of the this thing, apna participants. Yeah, Priya, over to you.
So, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Feel that you are presenting your opinions and thoughts, arguments in favor or against. So I was listening about the arguments in favor of the motion and against the motion, and it was really very beautiful or amazing that you have presented your opinions in a very good manner, and thoughtful questions were also presented, and the responses were also articulate. But one thing which I want to mention over here is that that debate competition is not always like this kind of competition, or you can say this particular competition and the future competition you are going to participate further, and not just for the winning or losing. The very first thing which you have to learn from these competitions is that what key insights you are going to take, what key learnings you are going to take from these competitions that you can inculcate in your life, inculcate in your personality, because overall in the life your personality is going to help you, not the position you get in these competition. The learnings, the key takeaways, and the things which you take into your life or as a personality as a whole matters more. So it's your responsibility to absorb the best and refine yourself after listening to others as well, what things they are having in their personality and what you are not having, and what you like, the things which they're in grand personalities, and you want those things to be present in your personality as well. So this is the best thing by which you can improve your personality, because as we all know that personality is not something which can be articulated or which can be improved within few months, few weeks. This is a very long process, long journey of years through which you refine yourself. जैसे जो हीरा होता है वो काफी सालों के हीट प्रेशर के बाद ही बनता है। वो कोयला ही तो हीरा बनता है, बट उसे टाइम कितना ज्यादा लगता है। 2 दिन में तो कभी भी वो कोयला हीरा नहीं बनता। सेम थिंग इज योर फॉर पर्सनैलिटी एज वेल। कभी भी कुछ महीनों कुछ हफ्तों में आपकी पर्सनालिटी नहीं बनती है। पर्सनालिटी को भी बहुत हार्ड वर्क चाहिए होता है, आपका रिस्पॉन्सेज काफी अच्छे चाहिए होते हैं, टाइम चाहिए होता है, पेशेंस चाहिए होता है, एंड आपका डे टू डे इम्प्रूवमेंट चाहिए होती है। Now coming to the debating, so debating is not something which is a casual conversation. Some of the participants or some of the speakers have taken it as a casual conversation, like they're talking to their friend. They are just here to win this competition only, ki whatever I want to speak, the way which I want to speak, if I'm having a very good communication skills, if I'm having a very good English, then only I can participate, then only I can win. No, it's not always about your communication. Debating also includes your facial expressions, your body languages. Some of are using their body languages too wide. When you come to the rules of the body languages, what you have to do is कि आपका जो shoulder length होता है ना, इससे बाहर नहीं जाने चाहिए आपके हाथ। हेयर आप ऑनलाइन के अंदर बैठे हो तो यू माइट डोंट नो कि आपके हाथ कहाँ तक जा रहे हो, बट इफ यू आर देयर फॉर सम ऑफलाइन मीट्स, इफ यू आर देयर फॉर सम ऑफलाइन डिबेटिंग्स, देन द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग व्हिच हैव बीन जज, आपका कंटेंट बाद में देखा जाता है, आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज, द वे यू आर सिटिंग, द वे यू आर स्टैंडिंग, द वे यू आर स्पीकिंग, एंड द वे यू आर प्रेजेंटिंग योर बॉडी लैंग्वेजेस कम्स very first. As we all know that our body speaks very first,
जब हम कुछ भी बोलते हैं तो हमारा माइंड अपनी बॉडी के ऊपर पहले रिफ्लेक्ट करता है और हम बोलते बाद में हैं। सबटाइटल्स हमारी बॉडी में बहुत पहले आ जाते हैं कि हम आगे बोलना क्या चाहते हैं। वो जितने भी आपके एक्सप्रेशंस होते हैं वो नर्वस सिस्टम आपका पहले रिफ्लेक्ट कर देता है। So that's why don't take debating as a casual conversation. Those who have taken, so present your body languages, present your facial expressions very well, because they are the very first thing which are judged. एंड एज वी ऑल्सो नो, अगर हम अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ से भी लेके तो चलें तो हम पहला इंप्रेशन कैसा बनाते हैं कि वो सामने वाला खड़ा कैसा है, सामने वाला देख कैसा रहा है, बोल क्या रहा है, वो सब तो बाद में जज किया जाता है। वो अपने आप को प्रेजेंट कैसे कर रहा है, वही चीज सबसे पहले जज करी जाती है। सो इट इज वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग इज यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन योर एक्सप्रेशंस, बॉडी लैंग्वेजेस। एंड उसके बाद व्हेन यू आर प्रेजेंटिंग योर कंटेंट, उस कंटेंट प्रेजेंटेशन का भी एक तरीका होता है हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट योर कंटेंट। लाइक the best thing is that you have to give a very introductory line about the topic, when then you are going to present yourself or introduce yourself, that what you are going to speak about, whether favor or against. Then the best, then you have to present some factual data in this to emphasize why you are supporting it and why you are against the motion. सो कंटेंट प्रेफरेंस शुड बी इन दिस मैटर। एंड उसके बाद आपका जो कंटेंट होता है, लाइक आई वांट टू पॉइंट आउट ओवर हियर द जागृत सर, ही वाज स्पीकिंग कंटिन्यूअसली, there were no particular poses there, and I'm sorry to mention in this particular way कि I have to call out the name, but I would just want to explain the thing why it is very necessary. आप जब बोल रहे थे तो it was something like कि आप बस continuously बोले जा रहे थे, though your content was very good, your communication was very good, but उस communication के अंदर there is certain thing that is voice modulation is also very much required. Like if you are watching me right now, I am emphasizing particular things कि ये वाली चीज यहाँ पे ज्यादा जरूरी है, तो मुझे इस particular चीज के ऊपर ज्यादा emphasize करना चाहिए। उसके बाद जब मैं नेक्स्ट पॉइंट पे शिफ्ट कर रही हूँ, देन आई एम टेकिंग अ पॉज ऑफ 2 or 3 seconds और सम मिली सेकेंड्स, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि मुझे आगे नेक्स्ट पॉइंट प्रेजेंट क्या करना है। तो दैट्स व्हाई योर वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। एंड वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन जो है कलेक्टिविटी, आपका आई कॉन्टेंट, आपके बॉडी एक्सप्रेशन, बॉडी लैंग्वेज, ये सारी की सारी कलेक्टिवली डिफाइन करते हैं कि आपका इम्पैक्ट क्या होने वाला है। सो रिमेंबर, योर बॉडी स्पीक्स बिफोर योर वर्ड्स टू, and a powerful debater is someone who listens very actively responds intelligently. Like अगर मैं आपको यहाँ पे, जब टीम बी ने अपने क्वेश्चंस पूछने शुरू करे थे, टीम ए आंसर कर रही थी, बट टीम ए ने अपने आंसर में, अदिति हैज आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन, आंसर देते देते लास्ट में उन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछना शुरू कर दिया था, और टीम भी भूल गई थी कि उन्हें क्वेश्चन पूछना है। उन्होंने तो आंसर करना शुरू कर दिया था जो क्वेश्चन अदिति ने पूछा। प्रशांत स्टार्टेड आंसरिंग अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन। So you have to listen actively and you have to respond intelligently, not on what basis कि सामने वाले ने क्या interpret करा है मेरे question से या मेरे answer से, मैं भी उसके according behave करूँ। No, you have to listen actively what your conductors are saying, what your instructors are saying. Then you have to think critically and structure your arguments in a very logical way, and you have to maintain a composure under the pressure. So that's all about from my side. So always have a confidence, discipline, and continuous self improvements as the key from this competition, as they are going to help you in your life long, not only for this kind of competitions, because life में आप क्या बनने वाले हो आपकी personality present करती है. So that's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Priya. Thank you so much. What I can see is Jagrat after a very long time. Hi, Jagrat, how are you?
Good, sir. I'm really good. How are you, sir?
I'm also good. Thank you so much for asking. Now we are having some amazing team members of Voice and Vision Club. I would like to introduce them. Rather than I'm introducing them, I would like to request Abhinav Thaplayal and Sandeep and all those who are the part of this amazing team. Please introduce yourself and tell something if you found something wrong or right in their participation. Yeah, Abhinav.
Good afternoon to all. Myself Abhinav. I have been the part of Voice and Vision Club for 2 months, and I would like to share that this topic was bit of a current. It can be seen in a current version that the war going between Iran and US. So it was more likely that everybody has their own views, and I would like to add that this was a bit type of discussion that can be used in your current affairs as well. So the discussion was part of everyone's habitual discussion and it should be encouraged. That's why the topic was given. So in my point of view, everybody participated very well, and I anticipate more such debates in future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. Yeah, Sandeep.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Sandeep Kaur, and I've been part of YMA Voice and Vision Club and YMA Fitness Club to. I completely agree with Priya ma'am what she said. And apart from that, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Yashmor sir and Mukesh sir for giving me the opportunity to organize such a meaningful and enriching competition. And also, every participant presented the argument very brilliantly, showing confidence, clarity, and strong knowledge of the topic, and also improve whatever the Priya ma'am said to you. So, yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we have our Vasu. Vasu is there or? Yeah, Vasu, the designer of our Gen More magazine. Vasu, please unmute yourself if you are there. Vasu, are you there? Okay, now guys, we are going to end this session. It was really wonderful. And finally, I would like to say that आज का डिबेट देख के लग रहा था कि कुछ लोग पूरा समुद्र अपने नाम करने वाले हैं, ठीक है, करने वाले थे, और कुछ बोल रहे थे लाइक सब फ्री फ्री वाईफाई की तरह, मतलब कि फ्री के वाईफाई वाईफाई की तरह सबका है, ठीक है, तो बनोनस की मजा आ गया, बिकॉज कॉन्फिडेंस भी था एंड क्रिएटिविटी भी थी, ठीक है, और कुछ चीजें लाइक प्रिया ने बताई, उन चीजों को हमेशा ध्यान में रखो. वंस यू आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन द डिबेट कॉम्पिटिशन, इट इज अ फॉर्मल दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉम्पिटिशन, फॉर दैट यू आर सपोज टू मेंटेन ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है. एंड कुछ लोग आज इतनी कॉन्फिडेंस से बोल रहे थे कि जैसे लाइक जागृत, जैसे कल जस्ट इंटरनेशनल वाटर्स उनके अंडर आ जाएंगे, ठीक है, तो बट सीरियसली लव द एनर्जी एंड पार्टिसिपेशन. Thank you so much for your amazing participation, guys. And this is all about today's debate competition. Ultimately, we are going to conduct these type of debate and speech competition on weekly or maybe alternative weeks. So thank you so much for coming. And if you want to check your participation, then you can check in your this thing, YouTube. Okay, we are going to share this video on YouTube as well, so you can check over there. And we are going to announce the results also. If Anushka and Ayushi want to say, then they can say something. Otherwise, we are going to wind it up. Will it be fine, Anushka and Ayushi?
Yes, sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for presenting your views and your perspectives. It was nice listening to every one of you. Or साथ में International Water Day it is. So we got a lot of knowledge about waters. Now I'm more intellectual, I would say. So, and one more thing, I would definitely agree with Priya ma'am what she said. Please evaluate yourself. You have a platform to present your ideas and to learn everything every day. Evaluate yourself, learn, and then improve more. Thank you.
Adding more to that, I really loved the confidence each one of you carried today, and we promise that we'll definitely come with more of this. And so till then, keep believing in yourself and keep working hard.
Thank you so much, everyone. Jai Hind, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Thank you